Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show. It's time to break down the film in another edition of Chopping Wood with our good friend Eric Wood. Sean McDermott said he wanted to fix the run game during the bye week, and they came out and ran for 172 yards against the Chargers. What adjustments did you see from the Bills that led to their success on the ground?
I really like the way they mixed up looks throughout the game and what they were giving the Chargers. They used Zach Moss, they used Devin Singletary, and when they needed to, they got back to some Josh Allen runs, which may be a sign that he's fully healthy again. And I also like that early on when the pass rush was getting home to Josh Allen, they switched and worked in a bunch more screens and draws.
Well, let's start by looking at how the Bills used Devin Singletary, who had over 100 scrimmage yards. The screen game is an extension of the run game, as you know, so let's take a look at his 14-yard screen pass from the Bills' second touchdown drive of the game.
Screens can be a great way to neutralize a pass rush, and here the Chargers bring a blitz, and the Bills have another timely screen called. We've seen them a bunch this year on third downs to wide receivers. This time they get one to Devin Singletary. He does a great job getting behind his blockers. These athletic offensive linemen can get down the field and get blocks, and this one is executed perfectly.
And then 2 plays later, they ran a draw that went for 21 yards.
Yeah, so in this play, Deion Dawkins does a great job of using the defensive end who's in a pass rush mode to use his momentum against him. The rest of the line does a great job. Devin Singletary is phenomenal in space. He always has been. And these draw plays moving forward could be a great asset for this offense. And I got to give a shout out to my boy Deion Dawkins. Actually makes 2 blocks on that play.
That's right. So they got Devin Singletary going, and then they also got some designed runs with Josh Allen. So here's an 11-yard run on a draw from the field goal drive right before the half.
We saw these a bunch early in the season. Josh hurt his shoulder, and we didn't see them for a while. And now we're seeing more of these designed quarterback runs for Josh Allen, especially in the red zone when the safeties can play down lower because the back of the field obviously isn't that far. You add another blocker with the running back, and these QB draws can be extremely effective.
And then the Bills come out in the second half, march down the field, and get into a second and goal situation from the 3 and decide to run read option here.
The Bills have shown so many different looks and so many different ways to score in the red zone this year, which is a great sign from their offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll. And here they run a simple read option. These plays can be extremely effective. Quarterbacks often like to keep these in these situations and get the ball in the end zone themselves. But on the outside, you have a great block at receiver by Stephon Diggs, who comes in and gets just enough, and then Josh Allen uses athleticism to beat the Chargers defense to the pile-on.
Jumping ahead here to the fourth quarter, the Bills get the ball back after the Trey White pick, and they hand it off to Zach Moss, who rips off a 31-yarder.
Yeah, the Bills go with a tight, condensed formation here just so that there's going to be no free hitters. There's going to be no one that can get penetration. They use 2 double teams at the point of attack to move guys off the line of scrimmage, and Zach Moss does a great job of finding the hole and then exploding once he does, making a play up the field. And just a shame that this little ticky-tack penalty got called at the end.
Yeah, I did not like that either. They got a penalty on that one for a celebration. And on the next play, Singletary broke off another long one to set up the game-clinching field goal. This one goes for 24 yards.
Yeah, so this is a pin and pull scheme. So what that means is the front side blockers, Deion Dawkins and Lee Smith, are going to try and pin their guys, and then Feliciano and Morse are going to pull around and get out in front. We saw these plays a bunch last year, and the Bills were extremely effective using it. Here, Mitch Morse and John Feliciano show off their athleticism. Feliciano has a great block on Joey Bosa. Mitch Morse helps secure it, gets to the second level, gets a block. That's excellent execution in a situation where the Chargers assume you're running the football anyways.
It was great to see the Bills get that run game going, their best rushing performance of the season. They're going to need it for the playoff push here in December. Thanks for all the insight, Eric.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris.